So 11, 2, 22. Today's problem string, we're just going to review some multiplication because we had people all over the place trying to do standard algorithm when we couldn't. Some of you did other methods. We talked about all the methods earlier this year. Products, the frames, and what's that one called again? Frames and boxes and frames. Partial products has two varieties, standard algorithm, the area model, lots of different varieties. You need to become efficient at one. You need to be an expert at one. So any multiplication problem that is thrown at you, you can solve. So let's do this, and we'll just work right on this section here. 34 times 75. And I think in the beginning of the year we talked about focusing on partial products and the standard algorithm. But we'll work on any one that we need to, because I just want you to be able to multiply. The only one that I don't prefer, that I did see also yesterday, and if it worked, that's great, is which method? Which one don't we prefer? Probably no adult. Yep. Close. Lattice. Lettuce goes on a burger. Lattice goes in your math book. Yeah, just because it takes forever. There's a lot of stuff and there's a lot of things to make mistakes. When the numbers get large, you're going to spend more time drawing the actual lattice than you are multiplying. Trust me. If it worked yesterday, that's fine. When it comes down to it, use whichever method you want. That's just what I'm telling you. So let's try Mama, and let's do partial products first. Where do we start with partial products with 75 times 34? Fitch?
70 times 30.
Correct. And those of you that still are struggling with this, you need to be writing this over here. It's 70 times 30 because those are the values. We multiply the values in partial products. And 70 times 30 equals how much? Yep.
2,100.
2,100. It's extended facts. So you see the two zeros, put them in. And then just do the basic fact. 7 times 3. This should be easy trapezy if you know your basic facts. So that's 70 wrestled to 30. Now who's 70 wrestling? Is it Slinky?
4.
The 4. 70 times 4. 70 times 4, same deal. How many zeros do you see?
1.
1. Put it in the right spot. And 7 times 4 is what? 20 who? 28. See, there's no confidence there. You guys and girls have to work on your basic facts. When anybody says what's 7 times 4, it should be within seconds. If not, then you're thinking too much and doing too much work. All of you can figure it out, I know that. But we want automaticity. So 70's done wrestling. Who's on the mat next? Clara. The 5. 5's going to wrestle who first? Who? The 30. Preferably. They could have wrestled the 4, but this is the way we've been working on it. So 5 times 30 is how much?
1,500.
150. 1 0, and 5 times 3 is 15. Then 5 wrestles the 4 to get how much? 20. And what do we do with these partial products now, Elian? Add them together. These are parts of our product. So we add, now you look at my numbers. How would you describe my numbers? The place values. How would you describe them? The way I wrote them. Katie, be gentle. They're lined up. You have to line your numbers up. Some of you make mistakes just because you're right, not so neat. So we get what? Ones, we get 0. Add the 10s. How much did the 10s equal? 8 and 7 is what? 15. Regroup and circle your numbers. This is a must for me in here, boys and girls. If you regroup, which is what it is, not carry, circle the number and then cross it off when you're done. What do we get when we add the hundreds? What do we get when we add the hundreds?
4.
4? 5, which is it? Let's count together. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then cross that off. Then add our thousands and we get 2. 2,550. It's not difficult. Doesn't have to be difficult. Okay? Separate it. Give us a 3-digit number, Trevor.
795.
Good number. 795. Give us a 2-digit number, Carson. Okay. I like 84. Now, this isn't any different except that we have another person wrestling. The top team's got 3 people. The bottom team's only got 2. But the 2 bottom individuals, the 2 bottom values must wrestle each of these values. So the 8's going to wrestle how many times?
2.
3 times. And the 4's going to wrestle
3 times.
3 times. How many matches is that? 6. What do you notice on the bottom? I got 2 digits, and there's 3 digits on the top. 2 times 3 is what? 6. So that should tell you that you're going to have 6 answers down here. That's something to keep in mind. So this time, let's do standard algorithm. Standard algorithm, mom and pop. Where are we going to start now with the mom and pop algorithm? Every time we start here. Where are we going to start, Clara? 4 times 5. Is that always going to be a 4 and a 5? No. So we don't always start at 4 times 5. We start where? The ones place. What is 4 times 5, everybody? 20. Our 0 goes below and we regroup our 2. Circle it. This is mom and pop. It's 6 basic fact problems. That's it. After the 4 and the 5 wrestle, 4 wrestles who now?
9.
The 9. 4 times 9 is what?
36.
Plus our 2,
38.
38. Cross off the 2. 38. 8 goes below, regroup our 3. And do what? Circle it. 4's got one more match, the heavyweight. 4's going to wrestle who next? The 7. 4 times 7, Ella? 28 plus 3 is 31. And then we just write that next to it. So 4 is done. 4 is off the mat. So since 4 is done, we now have to put our 0 in the placeholder spot. Okay? And this 0 is going to be part of something. So it's not just some random thing. You'll see it when we multiply. Who's wrestling next on the bottom team, Trevor? Four is done. He's off the mat. Nope. We always start on the bottom. One team at a time. Which is what? The 8. 8. We're doing mom and pop. 8 times 5 is how much? 40. 0 goes below. Regroup the 4 and circle it. This is where people get lost if you're not focusing. What are we going to do next? 8 times what? 9 plus 4. What's 8 times 9? And what are we going to get when we add 4? 8 times 9 is how much? 8 times 9 is how much? 72 plus 4. 6 goes below. Regroup our 7. Circle it. Now 8 wrestles who? The 7. 8 times 7 plus 7 is what? 8 times 7 plus 7. What? 63. Now we do what with our two scores? What do we get? What do we do? Add them. What do we get? Who's got the product? Let us know when you got it. I'm not going to go any further. Fitch?
66,780.
Both of these methods are wonderful. This is partial products. Those of you that struggle with mom and pop, I would stick with this. Or stick with whatever algorithm you're going to use. It doesn't matter. But Let's try one with the frames and boxes, or boxes and frames. Give us a 3-digit number, Zach. Separate it nice and neatly. We'll write the titles on this also.
628.
Okay, so everybody over here, 628. And a 2-digit number? Give us a 2-digit number. Don? With no 0, please.
39.
I'm asking, you tell me.
39.
Quit asking me, just tell me.
39.
Still asking me.
39.
39.
There you go, beautiful. Now, we're not going to leave it like that because we're going to do the boxes and the frames. So, we have to draw what first?
Or box.
Draw a decent sized box. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be as small as you can write. So I'm going to try mine like this. Hopefully it's big enough. I can always add to it. What's going to go on the top, do you suppose? Cara, what would you put on top? I got this 3-digit number and this 2-digit number. Which one looks like it should fit on the top more? 628. But we're not going to write 628. What am I going to write? Slinky?
600.
620 and 8. Very good. Those are the 3 values. It's similar to partial products. Now I'm drawing in my frames. 39 is going to go on the side. And how are we going to write the 39? Aubrey?
30 and then
The 30 and the 9. Its values, and then we'll separate it this way. This is very similar to partial products, except it's using a box. Now we multiply. It doesn't matter where you start or how you do it, as long as you keep track and do it correctly. Use your fingers to where they match up. So let's do the top row. What's 30 times 600? Should be easy. How many zeros are there? 3, and 3 times 6 is what? 18. 18,000. 30 times 20? What's that? 600, because I see 2 zeros, and 2 times 3 is 6. And 30 times 8? 240. So the 30's done. Now we move down to the 9. What's 9 times 600? 5,400. 2 zeros, and 9 times 6. 9 times 20? 180. And 9 times 8. Now what do we do with the 6 of these numbers? And you've got options here. You can do this part differently than the next part. But in a nutshell, what do we have to do, Moose? Add these all together. Now if there's numbers that are common here and close that you can add in your head to make less numbers, go ahead. You can add this section first if you want, and then add that one, and then add 2 numbers. Doesn't matter how you add them, we just need to add them. Question, Cara?
So can we basically just put them all in a line together?
Yeah. No, you can do it just like this. This is the way I would do it, 18,000. And make sure you copy them all down. Plus, and I would do the next biggest, 5,400, 5,400, 600. Then what? 240, 180,
72.
and 72. That's a lot of numbers, but it's addition. I don't want to say just addition because some people, might struggle. There they are. So add that together, folks. Give us a second. Give everybody a minute to add those together to see what we get. I'm going to start, just so I can get this written in, that's all the further I'm going. Give everybody a second here. And again, there's not a thing wrong with this method. It's a great method. It's a great algorithm. That's what you like? And does it work? And you get them right most of the time? There you go. All right, who's got the product for that? Rev, do you got the product? No, the other Rev. Yeah. You're the only Rev we got. You got the product? Did you add it? What were you doing? Daydreaming?
I got it.
Oh, well, at least you're honest. Yes, Chase?
23,300
All right, let's check. He said 23,000 who?
922.
Is he right?
No.
Oh, we got some disagreement. Well, let's check. Let's add it together. 8 plus 7 plus 4. What do we get with that? So 11 and 8 is how much? 19. Did you get that, Chase? 19 there?
Yep.
Okay. Then we have 8 plus 2. Oh, I got a 4 and a 6 equal what?
10.
10. 12. 13. 14. Used my 1. Cross it off. Regroup. 9 and 5. 14. Cross off. Regroup. And 2. Were you close, Chase? What'd you have? Which part did you get correct?
23,300.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. All right, over here. What are we calling this one? What method? Box and let's just call it the box method. What are we calling this one? Standard or mom and pop. It's the same thing. Mom and pop. This is the way your mom and dad learned. This is the way I learned. It's quickest. If you're good at it. If not, maybe this is quickest. And our other one. Partial products. And if you have a different one, and I was you, I would turn my page over and draw a sample of that one so you can know. And people, bring this home. Maybe at home or when you're at home tonight, take a picture of it with your camera so you got it on your camera. Then you don't have to drag your math journal home every night. Make a folder. Keep your math pictures in it so you can pop this up and say, how did I do that again? Oh yeah, there it is. Now I know what I'm doing. Okay, questions? All right. Good job. Close.